back to another Scars and Stripes Coffee podcast. I've got my buddy Dave Turner. I just met just a little bit ago. But, man, just looking at you right now with that smile on your face, something's changed, man. Like, I don't know if that smile has always been on your face, but I can feel the joy coming out of you, man. And it's that abundant joy of the Lord, man. Would you kind of just give me some background on who you are, kind of your life? And I noticed you got the Kingdom Vest on. You know, we just got the opportunity to talk with Kingdom Vest and a couple folks there that started that. And, man, you've been through that program. And I just take it from the top, man. Just tell me, I know, just, man, let it out, bro. Like, no, how many days out have you been out of prison?
I've been out of,
yeah, man.
I don't know why I cry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Hey, but, yeah, I've been out of prison. I got out of prison January 9th. And I got out of prison January 9th. It's, what is that, 3 weeks now?
Yeah.
And it's been a journey already, dude. It's been a real big journey right now, man, because, man, I got out, man, and, like, I got out to nothing, bro, you know? And it's not like, I'm talking about, like, I grew up a great life, dude, in my life. I'm talking about my mom. I'm talking about, man, when I say great life, dude, I'm talking about I've never struggled for nothing in a day in my life. And now it's like God put me out there. It's like, dude, starting over, man. He's like, you're starting over. You're going to do this on your own, you know. And you know, like right now, I live in a place that I wouldn't even go sell my drugs and everything. When I was out there in the streets, you know, I'm talking about, that's what I did. I'm talking about, like, my mother's been in Tulsa public schools, dude, for like 30 years, man. I'm talking about, and you know, but then she had a son. I'm talking about, I was a stand-up football player, you know, wrestler, ran track. You know, I'm talking about, I got state championships on my belt, dude, like no other dude. You know,
you had a future laid out for you.
Oh
dude.
yeah,
it was.
Oh yeah, but I love the streets. I got a taste of the streets, dude, and I never looked back, bro, you know? And I sold drugs my whole life, dude. Even my mom, like, it's like, I was like, I hope my mom would go look in my trunk, you know, because I had pounds of weed in my trunk and stuff, you know? And that's when I was in school and stuff, and, like, I don't even know why I did it. It was because my mom took care of me, like, greatly. You know, I grew up in a single mom household, you know, my dad was never there, bro. And my mom was my mom and my dad my whole life, and I just kept screwing up, bro, you know? And my mom's like, she asked me all the time, she's like, dude, where did I go wrong with you? Like, my brother's head coach down there at Bartlesville right now. And my sister's successful, but I'm the one that's in prison. In and out of prison. My entire life, dude. It sucks, bro. But, you know, I was like Clearwater, dude, and you have to, like, in there, it's like, they don't, like, DLC doesn't say you're forced to go do this class unless, like, people, only time they do that is like when people want those credits and stuff. But like with Kingdom Vest and stuff, it wasn't that we're getting offered something. We're making a choice to go in this program and do it on our own because we want to. And there's a lot of guys in there, man, that don't talk about, they won't get up and do nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless it's like something to benefit them, like. And I'm not just saying, like, they need some days off or something, you know. But other than that, they're not going to do nothing unless it's, like, offered to them like that. And but I got the Clearwater's January 4th of 2024, and I just needed it, bro. I was like, I got to find something else, bro. Like, I chose to get sober on my own. Yeah, I chose to get sober, and I was already sober before I got there and stuff, and, you know, I'm talking about, but I'm a loner, dude. I'm talking about, like how Terry, I'm saying, like, there's cars that run, like, different, or, you know, ethnicities that run groups and stuff like that. I don't believe in none of that. I don't believe in that. I'm not going to run with no black. I'm not going to run with no whites. I'm not no blood, no Crip, no IBH, none of that. I'm David Turner, and if you got a problem with me, we're gonna handle it. I'll handle everybody that's going to come in, and I'm talking about, that's just how I am. I stick to myself. I'm not a very big people person at all. Like when I was in,
that surprised me, to be honest with you.
Like,
just like having met you.
Like, I'm talking about, dude. I'm talking about, like, in the world. Like before I got incarcerated, I was a social butterfly, dude. I'm talking about. But when I come to prison, I shut down. I close down all the way. I don't talk to people. I'm talking about, I really don't have. I'm talking about, I'm talking about, I'm never rude to you. I'm talking about, I'm real respectful. I'll speak to you. I'll say hi to you, and I'll keep pushing. I'll stay in my own lane. And You know what I'm talking about? There's a lot of division when it comes to prison, though, bro. You know, a lot of divisions, and especially when it comes to blacks. You know, it's like it's a big ego trip, dude. And it's not like the black dudes are usually bullies, bro. You know, talking about because I've had fights with blacks, whites, everything, dude. And right, sad to say, but I'm like 5-0 in the DOC. So
Oh wow.
yeah,
Well, you're an athlete.
yeah, I'm talking about I just don't bother nobody. So
You probably could have been a heck of a boxer outside, you know, like legally. I mean, you were a track athlete,
Yeah.
football athlete, wrestling athlete.
Yeah, somehow that's how I was raised. My mom, she believes in everything. Wrestle first and everything else second.
Yeah. It's good self-defense, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know, that's just how I was raised. You know, I was raised to, you know, talking about take care of yourself. You know, and by all means necessary. You know, to like I said, I grew up in a single parent household, so I was a dad in my house.
So you're the oldest.
No, I'm the middle child.
A middle child. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like
How important was that, or how do you like looking back on it? Like, because really, like once you figure out that we all have a father, he's the same father.
oh yeah,
Abba, you know, once you figure that out, life changes. But growing up, how difficult was that not to have that real male role model in the home?
you know, it was difficult, bro. But like my mom didn't like she didn't make it like it was not noticeable because like everything her dad was doing, my mom was doing that though. You know.
She was picking up that role. Oh, I could say, yeah. Does it hurt you because you feel like you're disappointed?
Dude, my mother's a dang good woman. I've never met a woman this strong in my life. Because I put her through hell and back, bro. But she always was there. And, come on, dude, I gave that woman the blues. But, dude, she never showed, like I'm talking about, when people say struggle, bro, I'm talking about, like, I never seen struggle, though, you know? My mom, I'm talking about, if she cried, we didn't see it. She did that behind closed doors and stuff, you know? And she's telling, she kind of like pushes that towards us right now, and like she's like, dude, why are you crying, bro? but my tears come from, man, it's like I held so much crap in my whole life, bro. I held so much in. I never cried for years and years on end. I'm talking about, I've seen, you know, I have friends of mine die right in front of me, bro, and never shed a tear. But it's like, but that's because I was numb by my drug use and stuff like that, you know, and alcohol and stuff. And I was numbing myself to prevent myself from being vulnerable, feeling vulnerable and stuff, you know. But, you know, like when I was growing up, man, it's like my mom thought I was going to be a preacher my whole life, bro.
You still got time.
So it's crazy.
How's the relationship now?
I'm talking about, it was great. Like, I'm talking about, even when I was incarcerated, I'm talking about, like, I've never wanted to, like, I get a visit every 2 weeks. Like, I was locked up in federal prison from, let me see, 2003 until 2009, 9 or 10 or something like that. And I was in Cumberland, Maryland, El Reno, Seagoville, Texas, and Forest City, Arkansas. And I got a visit every 2 weeks, no matter what state I was in.
So it's from a family member?
From my family, from my mother.
Your mother would travel every 2 weeks. My gracious. You talk about never leaving your side.
And that's what God does, though, bro. Is
she a God-fearing woman?
Yeah, but like my mother, like, she's not the kind of lady just she's kind of reserved. And I'm talking about what she does behind closed doors. I'm talking about you probably would never know. You know, so she just ain't no open book, you know, Bible reader and nothing like that. She talks about God and like that, but my mom's tough, bro. And like she teaches at a tough school right now, and so she's always, it's like she got this guard up, but you know what I'm saying? But yeah, she's a God-fearing woman, dude. You know, like, but she keeps everything to herself. She don't talk her stuff, you know, anything out in public and nothing.
Let me ask you a weird question. Do you, having gone through what you've gone through, and she's obviously never been in the prison system. She raised children and stuff, like, do you feel like you're actually now closer to God than even your mother? Like your path? I mean, I know it's hard to say.
Yes, I do. I'm talking about like for a long time, I was confused about how to pray.
Yeah.
Like, I was so confused about prayer, but like a lot of people, like.
Why were you confused? Because I was too.
I hear everybody's saying these great prayers.
Yeah.
But mine.
Yeah, they're all colorful.
like when Terry spoke, dude, I was like, wow. But with me, it's not like that. Like, I don't say I pray I have conversations with God.
Yep.
Like I talk to him just
all
like,
day long, right?
I talk to him like one of my friends.
Yep. That's it. Amen.
You know, and I'll be like,
what took you to realize that?
it just, man, what made me realize that is like this incarceration, dude. It's like I got incarcerated and I got tired. I got tired. I'm tired of running, dude.
The treadmill of nowhere.
Tired. I got a 10-year-old daughter, dude, and she knows me incarcerated, bro. And I'd be danged if my daughter has to grow up seeing me in this, dude. I would not do this again, you know. And like with my charge right now, man, it's like a guy slapped me. I didn't know him. He slapped me, bro, and right from my girlfriend. A dude slapped me so hard. Dude slapped me so hard, bro. I thought he slapped me on my left side of my face. I thought he was on the right.
Oh my! Spun you around. And he did put you in the next week.
And I've always, I'm not a gun toter. I'm talking about personally. I'm talking about, in my eyes, I think men that carry guns is cowards, kind of, you know. Because I'm talking about if you're gonna do something, you know, treacherous like that to take a life or something like that, don't do it from 50 feet away or something like that. You know, I believe in carrying a knife, so I believe in getting up close and personal, you know. And I stabbed the guy 14 times.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm talking about, and the judge, they gave me stand their ground, like they gave me a self-defense, but then she came back and said what I did was overly excessive. I could have stopped her just stabbing him once. She said he was on the ground, and I literally stabbed him through his shoes and everything, and but that's not who I am, though. You know, I've never been an aggressor in anything I've ever got into. I don't go looking for problems. I'm talking about, you know, I could be angry, but I don't just portray it out there like a lot of people. I'm talking about like, if I'm mad, I'm talking about, I'll deal with my madness alone. You know, but you really got to get in my zone to get me mad. And he got in that zone that day, and I dealt with it, and I got a 5-year sentence, you know, but you know, DOC, I don't know, it's crap, man, but DOC's so great at the same time because DOC changed my life. Changed my life totally, dude. I'm talking about like, and their model says we change lives. Yeah, you can ruin somebody's life, man.
Good or bad.
Yeah, good or bad. But I'm talking about like, it's what you want to do with it, though. You know, I've taken every freaking class that is possible they've ever had to offer, and like I thought I came up for pro, never had a write up, never. I've taken every class. I'm talking about, I got a book of folders. I'm talking about with certificates in it like this. I've taken 2 or 3 VOTECs, all kind of crap, and they deny me. But there's a guy next to me that's talking about.
What do you mean they deny you?
Like you go off pro and they'll look at your like
to take a class.
No, to even get out of prison early is in parole.
Okay.
And see, and I'm a 45%er, which I mean I did 45% of my sentence. And because they didn't consider mine all the way violence, which it was violent.
Yeah.
But they considered me a 45% violent, so I still got enhanced credits and things like that. That means I got like 75 on level 4. I got 75 days a month.
Okay.
But you know, a lot of you're looking at like it's like DOC. They let the guy out that has 5 or 6 active write-ups, dirty UAs. It's like okay, it's like they want the recidivism rate to be up because they know this guy's gonna mess up. But then this guy over here is doing right, going to my, you know, doing everything right. I'm talking about, dude, I did everything at Clearwater. I was talking about, dude, I was the man there, dude. I was the man.
You're a Boy Scout trying to
get.
I'm
talking about like I was the president. I was the president of the inmate council. You know, I ran the laundry room, dude. I'm talking about I did everything, bro. I'm talking about like I got a lot of where we can bring in. We have food trucks coming in there. You know, so I got in touch with food trucks, man. Got the guys food trucks. They got a food truck comes in there every week, every 2 weeks, man. And talking about, I put benefit drives up, man, where we get people, volunteers to come in and like just throw like a yard. We had with Life Church, we had a yard day where they made gift baskets. Everybody got T-shirts and things like that, and you know, and they barbecued and stuff. It's just like, you know, just let the guys know what I'm talking about. Like there's life outside of the prison, though, you know. And you know, I did a lot of stuff, dude, but I only did that stuff because that's what God told me to do, you know. Like, you know, I was saying earlier, I was a nuisance to my community. I'm talking about like
So every morning you get up and your ideas was, how can I cheat the system?
Yes. How can I help somebody else though? How can I help somebody else?
So today it's that you've changed, how can I cheat them to how can I help them?
Yeah.
And you say, what made that happen?
Just like I said, I got tired, man. I got tired of spending money to bond out, you know, or putting my car up to bail bondsmen or something to get me out of jail, or just even having to look over my shoulder every 5 seconds to say who's going to rob me or which cop's going to come kick my door in.
Yeah.
And that went on for a long time. I'm 46 years old, man, and I'll be 47 next month, and I can say I know more about the penitentiary than I do more about the penitentiary than I do being a free man on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not because I had to do it. It's just because it's something that's just a mission I was on. They say God's not going to put it in front of you. That's anything that you cannot handle.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell him, I said, bro, I don't know what you're on with God, man, but you got to quit putting these jokes in front of me, man, because this wasn't the mission I wanted to be on. But but he put me on this mission, man, to grow and be able to speak, tell others, man, and talking about there's a way, man. And like bad stuff just doesn't happen to that low income guy over there.
No.
Bad stuff happens to everybody, bro. Because I'm talking about, like I said, I lived a good life growing up. I'm talking about, man, nice house. My mom, we always had nice cars. I'm talking about before I was like 16, I already had like 2 cars already.
Wow.
And it happens to everybody though,
100%. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Evil knows no color.
No,
right?
It doesn't.
Evil knows no socioeconomic status. Evil knows none of that. Evil's always trying to influence.
Yeah.
That's just it.
But as a community, that's what we put out there, is that you say evil don't know no color, but that's what we put. We always put color or something in something,
Mm-hmm.
And we're always divided amongst each other though. I'm talking about, man. I have a motto I always go by, man. I believe in each one reach one.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because what they say, one life is greater than 1,000. You know what I'm talking about? Why not everybody? If we just took a time and just reach one person.
Yep.
And about what influence can that one person have on the whole world?
It's exponential.
And that's what Tripp and Ken did to us, though.
Tell me about that. Did you get to go through their program?
Oh yeah.
Tell me about their program.
I did the Chizone and all that. I'm talking about, but man, the program's awesome, man. It's like, but you have to want the program. They're not going to chase you around.
Yeah.
Not going to chase you around. I'm talking about, you're going to have to get up. I'm talking about, our classes Sunday at, we did 2 different times. We did 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock. So I go to both of them, and like a lot of people, man, you don't want to get up on Sunday because football's on and you get to lay in. That's the only day you get to really lay down in there, man. So you're laying down, but you have to develop some kind of program about yourself to say, look, I got something to do, and this is my way of moving forward, and I got up every day to move forward.
But answer this, like if when you did it, what was the energy after? Like you dread it and then you go do it and then your energy, for me, my energy is like through the roof. Like, man, I feel so good.
But it's, man, but that Chizone it. I hated it at first, bro.
Really?
Because I'm not the kind of person to want to write down stuff about my past. And it really made me.
It's accountability.
Take accountability and look at everything I've done, and then where things I've done, how working forward in my life, where is that going to put me today?
Yeah.
And it exposed a lot of stuff to me, man. And about that I didn't even know about myself, though. And about.
Do you think you just kind of blocked it out? Like I don't want to.
Yeah. I block out a lot of stuff, man, because I'm talking about I'm just not a person to dwell on the past. Like, okay. I had a situation right before I got out. It was like, let me see, I got out on the 9th, and it was that Wednesday before. I think it was like the 7th. And I'm a real active member in AA and NA community, and in prison, and talking about, and they asked me that day, they was like, so you're getting out, tell me about stuff. And I was like, well, check this out. I didn't talk about these guys. These guys are great. They come in. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful to their program or anything, but at the end of the day, I told them, I said, I don't believe in what y'all have people saying at NA and AA. So I don't believe in me coming in and say, hi, I'm David Turner. I'm an addict.
Yeah. I have an issue with that too.
Why do I got to dress myself as something I'm not?
Especially when God says you're made new.
God can make you new. There you go. So why can't I be just David Turner?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I have to say, hey, I'm David Turner, I'm an addict?
Yeah.
You know, I didn't believe in that. And I had to tell them that, and they didn't like that at all. It's like, well, we're worried about you. You got to worry about me. I don't have a desire to use. I'm talking about, look, I stay next to some of the biggest dope fiends in the world right next to me every day. I'm talking about in prison. I'm talking about it's so easy to get drugs, so easy to get alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about no made up alcohol. These suckers are walking around with bottles of Patron and all that stuff in there.
Oh my gosh, the good stuff.
Yeah. I'm talking about, and I'm talking about it's easy to get and it's right there next to you. But God's going to lay you in there and say, look, you can handle this. And that's what I did. I handled it every day, bro. I'm talking about, I had no desire to use. I had no desire to use no alcohol, nothing. But that's what God gives you strength, though. You know what I'm talking about? He gives you that strength that you didn't even know you had, dude.
That's right.
I was like, dude, I'm this strong.
That's right.
I was like, I ain't worked out all year. So, I'm talking about he gives it to you, man. And like, I love the Lord with all my heart, but I'm talking about, like, I guess I consider myself a different kind of Christian. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about, like, I'm just not like real. I'm talking like I know the Bible inside out. You know, but at the end of the day, I'm still just like I'm kind of aggressive. Like, I wouldn't say aggressive, but if you're doing wrong, I'm gonna call you out on. I'm not gonna powder coat it, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and pat you on the butt and say, hey, dude, I'm talking about, like I can see guys in our group, and some of them, they'll go to church, but they was drinking the night before, and they come in and act like they're this. I'm like, dude, are you faking, bro? You know
so people always say, well, God says don't judge. No, you read the scripture wrong. God says if you're not in Christ, then you really can't judge. They don't understand.
Yeah.
But if they say I'm a Christian, or if I follow Jesus in my heart, then you say, hey, listen, why wouldn't you say, hey, Chad, you know, I know you're married and everything, and I keep seeing your car over to the strip club. What do you?
Yeah.
How's that? What do you do? Can I help you? You know, and that's what God wants you to do. He wants you to hold me accountable and say, David, yeah, man, I was just going over there trying to save people.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna call me out going, oh yeah, you're trying to save people, huh?
No, because that's what God gives us, dude. He gives us a voice.
Yeah.
He gives us a voice. I'm talking about, and he gave me that voice, dude. I'm talking about, like, there's nothing I'm afraid of. I could take a butt whipping just as quick as I can give one. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you, I'm talking about, there's a lot of people, like, they're afraid to just come to another man and be like, dude, what are you doing, bro? And but I'm gonna tell you though, bro. And that's what he gave to me. He gave me that just that. I call that freedom to me, though. You know, freedom to speak out when a lot of people are scared to. I'll stand up.
Well, because here's the thing: by you saying that and doing it in a loving way as best you can, right?
Yeah.
But being real about it is you've accepted the forgiveness that God's given you. Because basically, what you're saying is, they say, "Oh, Dave, you were a hypocrite. You were doing these things. What are you telling me not to do these things? You were a hypocrite. Wait. You'll be back. You'll be back." And you say, no, man, I've been changed. If you give God a chance, I can't do it for you, but if you give God a chance, he will forgive you and you will not go back to those things. So I'm here as a brother to you to say, listen, if you keep going the path you're going, you're going to deal with the consequences that you're going to deal with, and you're not going to like them.
Mm-hmm.
But by you being able to do that, you've done that because you've accepted God and Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
The forgiveness that you've been restored from and given that new heart.
Yeah. Like there was a situation, like Trip them, they consider me like their liaison because I'm talking about I'm consistently, I consistently came to class, you know, I'm consistently at church. I don't try to miss church. I didn't do none of that. And so, you know, I kind of like, you know, like when people come in, I'm like, dude, I don't know about this dude, man, you know. You know, I'm talking about, I try to, you know, wing them out because I don't want, you know.
Because you had discernment. You can see something's going on.
Yeah, because it's important, man. I'm talking about.
Absolutely,
like Life Church, man, that was my everything, bro. And I'd be danged if you come in there and disrespect something I care about. And so, you know, there's a lot of, in prison, there's a lot of guys that they'll be like, oh, those guys are eating over there. So yeah, we're gonna get on that list to go over there and eat and try to get, you know, we're gonna get on there not because we're wanting to go to church, but we're getting on there because we want the benefits of what the church is offering. And I'm not talking about the sermon or anything like that. They just want to, you know, go for the, you know, rewards of it. And like Trip asked me one day, he's like, you know, money's low and stuff like that. You know, and it's like, do you guys mind? I say, look, Trip, you know, check this out, bro. I can give a dang what you guys give me, bro. I'm talking about, yes, it's thanked. I appreciate it. That's not what I'm here for, though. You know, I'm here for this message, man. I'm here for because I want to go to church, and And dude, I never thought I'd go to a church like Life Church or even get in this class, bro. Like, you know, like I grew up in the Southern Baptist, you know, like the preacher right there and stuff. But I'm not used to this TV preacher and stuff, man. And it was different, man. But I've never met a group of people, man, that they knew my situation, but they treated me like I was an equal. And for a long time, I was known as Inmate 406181. And I forgot, for a long time, I forgot my name because that's like every day at 6 o'clock, it's a stand-up count, and they don't ask us our name, they don't ask nothing. We have to show our ID, and you got to scream your number out. And so it's like they stopped addressing us. We're hardly ever addressed as David or Mr. Turner or anything like that. You know, we got this number on us, dude. And when I got to Life Church, bro, it's like, that was the first time in a long time that I felt like I was part of something that was actually worth being part of. And dude, and that's where my emotions come from, man. It's like, dude, I'm talking about, I've worked hard to get where I'm at right now. You know, and I got out 3 weeks ago. I'm talking about, yeah, it's been a struggle, man. I haven't found a job, you know, because I'm talking about, I'm a certified welder and all that stuff, and like all my welding gear got stolen and stuff when I got locked up and all this crap, you know, because I left with my girlfriend or wherever she is, man. I'm talking about, that's what I stay with now, and I got one foot in the door, one out right now, because I'm talking about she's just not on the same mission I'm on. And everything I owned with her, somehow, I don't know. I don't even want to address it because.
Let me ask you questions, all right? Why are you even with her?
I feel sorry for her, bro. Like, me and her went through so much throughout our life. You know, I've been with her for like 6 years, or something, a little bit more than that, you know, and we've been through a lot, man. And she's like, dude, when I was in my crappiest part of my life, she was right there. And I'm like, because I took the girl down through there, bro. I'm talking about through some situations there, man, and she should have left a long time ago, bro. You know, putting women in front of her face and about not caring. And
why isn't she not?
It's just, man, I'm on a full level of straight moving forward.
Yeah.
And she's okay with staying stagnant.
Okay.
You know, I need you to grow with me, not just stand right here and just, you know, walk beside me and just expect me to do everything.
Have you taken her to Life Church?
No, we went, like, I got out on the 9th. That was,
I guess it's only been 3 weeks. I've
only went to church once since I've been out, you know,
yeah.
because I'm talking about, like, I hate the West Side. Like, Terry's a West Sider, dude. I'm talking about, West Side's just a different animal than I'm talking about. I grew up in Midtown, Tulsa. I grew up in Brookside, man. Yeah. So, you know, it's a different environment out there, but I'm talking about, I have to, like, now I'm using public transportation and stuff now, because I'm talking about, like, it costs like $3,500 to get my license back, and I was like, what the crap? I'm talking about, like,
for welding?
No, to get my driver's license.
Oh, driver's license, really?
Yeah, because this, dude, I didn't even know. I don't even remember getting pulled over this many times. I'm like in Wagner County and Tulsa, Broken Arrow, and Cushing. I was like, well, I ain't never even been to Cushing, I think. But you know, that's what it is, man. I'm talking about, like, so I'm using public transportation, trying to get back and forth, and so I found a Life Church at Tulsa Hills at 81st and right off Union, and it's like 2 miles away from the house. I'm talking about, but it's where I live at. It's just like up and down hills, and I'm not gonna walk that.
Right.
But they got buses now, you know. So I'm having to learn how to use public transportation, and I'm talking about, that's just not my animal, man. But I have to do it because that's what I got to do to, you know, get by right now. And I went to that church, and it was cool. And it's not like the church over on what's that?
178th.
Yeah, it's not like that. Don't talk about that's awesome over there, bro. But it's a lot smaller, and it's just, I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not yet.
What's interesting to me is, I mean, have you prayed to God about, hey, how can you use me here, God?
Yes. I do it every night.
How can you use me in this Life Church? I know what this Life Church feels like. I know there's men right here in my own community that are going through or about to go through or coming through.
Yeah.
What if I set up I'm just asking.
Yeah, I'm talking about, I mean, I ask God that every night. I'm talking about, like, I was like, God, what do you want from me? What do you want from me, bro? I'm like, what can I do to please you right now? And sometimes sometimes I don't get the answer, but there's times sometimes he'll put stuff in front of me that sometimes I didn't even expect. You know, like
You'd be driving down the road, or I guess you don't have a car yet,
Yeah.
but something during the day hits you.
yeah, like I was okay. For instance, I was on the bus yesterday.
Yeah.
And out of the blue, this guy just starts asking me questions and stuff. And then next, you know, we get to talking about church, and then now we're talking about discipleship, and he's like, man, God put me. He's like, I was supposed to go home and get my aunt's car and drive to this appointment, but I just got off work and I didn't even go home. I just went straight down to the bus station and got on the bus, and here you go sitting here, and I don't know why I just started witnessing to him, boo, but I just started talking about God to him, bro, and then just end up he's like, dude, God put me here and for a reason, and I'm talking about like I don't know. He's like, I'm not queer or nothing, man, but can I get your number? But it's like that, bro. It's like it's like weirdly, I'm talking about God puts you in places and around the right people, and it just shows up, man. And right now it's like I don't know where he's directing me to, but he's directing me.
So here's what I've found, and I pray that you do the same thing. You know, you probably know the phases of justification. You're a justified child of God.
Yes, sir.
Now you're in the sanctification process.
Yeah.
That lasts a lifetime, right? You never stop, and then you're glorified with Jesus when you die. But that sanctification process. Every time I get off that road, the wrong people start coming in my life, right? And then when I stay on it, the right people do. It's amazing what God does. It says, you know, David, turn here, don't turn here.
Yeah.
David, avoid that guy, David. Go this way. And you know, Moses, this was I've read the Bible about 5 times front to back. I don't know it all. I won't ever know it all. But I know every time I get to see something new. And this time in Exodus, I read it's jumped off the page. It said, Moses, I send an angel before you to protect you. And anytime that Moses would divert away, he would come right back to God. You know, he lost the privilege to go over to the Jordan because he hit the rock at the end before he got to go to the promised land. Instead of waving over the rock, he took that away and he gave it to Joshua, right? But Moses was told specifically by God, I send an angel out in front of you to protect you. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
We've got a spiritual power that is in front of us telling us, turn this way, turn that way. Just like when Balaam was on a donkey and he was trying to go and that donkey stopped and crushed him and started talking to him, you know. And then finally God said, let me show you what's ahead of you. You got an angel in front of you said, don't go that way. That's powerful, man.
Oh, yeah, very powerful. I'm out, like, when you're saying that, like, the first day I got home, I called my child's mother. And I said, Elizabeth, you know something? I'm sorry. And we don't have a relationship like that to talk. You know, I called her out the blue, and it wasn't about my daughter. I had to call her and say sorry because I'm talking about is it 1 Samuel, like the 30th chapter or 31st chapter when David then we were going into war with the Zealots, I think. But they were going to war, and
one of the ites,
like half of them stayed back.
Yeah.
But then, you know, that's when he's going in to rescue, you know, get their women back and all their jewels and stuff. And so in that story, you know, some of the soldiers, they were like, David, they say, bro, these dudes didn't fight with us. They didn't win this battle. Give them their women and children and tell them to be gone. And David was like, no. Just because they didn't go into battle with us, but they still helped. They helped us with our, you know, our tools, our weapons. But David didn't just stop blessing people there. David blessed every little town they went through.
That's right. And
in my head, that says, man, like I used everything. Like when I was with my child's mother, man, I did grow bad because I was a breadwinner. You know, and if you want to leave, I'm talking about you can leave, but you're not leaving with my money. But you know, like that woman washed my drawers. She did everything for me, bro, and I'm talking about, and I did her that way, and I don't know why that story just stands with me, dude. It's like, dude, you can't treat people bad. You don't see what the people doing, the small people doing outside of you, man, to help you, know. And I did the chick bad, and I'm talking about, I just had to tell her sorry because that's how I treated her, man. I was like,
how'd you receive that?
She was a little standoffish because I'm talking about like,
she knows the old David.
Yeah. Yeah, she knows all. I'm talking about like I was never mean to her, or nothing like mean, like calling her names. I don't believe in calling girls the B word or anything like that, and but I was a serial cheater and wouldn't care, because I was like, well, if you don't like it, move around. But that came from arrogance though, of me having money and stuff like that, and and they say money can't be the root to all evil, man, and that was my love for a long time.
Sure.
I'm talking about like
It's your God.
Yeah. Like a lot of people say, okay, like I don't call myself an addict or alcoholic like that because I've never used. Like when I used or drank, I never did it by myself. I'll get up in the middle of the night. If I want to go do something, I'll get up in the middle of the night and drive to your house, wake you up like, bro, you want to get high?
I'm not doing it by myself, but man, come on.
I felt like if I was going to be a piece of crap, I was going to make somebody else be a piece of crap with me. It's two of us being a piece of crap. Right. So, but I love money way more than my addiction was selling drugs, bro. It's like I was more addicted to that lifestyle rather than even using, dude. I'm talking about like just selling drugs. I could feel my hands tingling, dude. I wouldn't even be using it and I'd be up for 2 or 3 days, out just moving around making money. And it's like, if I could put that much effort into doing something illegal, why can't I put that much effort into doing something great for God? You know what I'm saying? Amen. And that's why I'm trying to be a service now.
Let me ask you this. I'm going to close it out with this. Tell me what you do to be sanctified on a daily basis. What's David Turner do?
Right now, at this moment, I'm kind of closed off right now. I'm talking about like since I've been out, the only thing I've done, I apply for jobs, and
no. I want to know what you do spiritually.
Oh, spiritually, I'm talking about like
with the Father.
Man, I'm talking about this. With me and him, man, right now, what I'm doing spiritually with him is I have this relationship, man, and it's just like we talk so much, bro. That's all I have right now. That's all I have right now. Because I'm kind of nervous right now out. And so I'll go handle my business and I'll go right back to the house. Dude, I've watched full episodes and stuff on Netflix, dude. I'm talking about full series. Like 5, 6, 7, 8 series. And I'm talking about it's because I go out and I'll go apply for a job, get insurance and all that stuff. But I'll go right back to the house and sit in the house. I'm talking about, like when it snowed the other day, I didn't leave the house from Sunday until Wednesday. Not one time didn't even go outside. And so, but during that time, man, it's like I sat back and I read my Bible, man, but I had to have something answered by God, man, because dude, I'm talking about right now, I was feeling I was down, man. I was down. But those couple of days, man, it gave me, I sat back and God revealed something to me. He's like, bro, it's like, I got you right now. Because I've been feeling, because I thought I was going to get out and get a job right off the back. And I didn't. And he just told me, he's like, they're not calling you back because that's not right for you right now. Mm-hmm. And he's telling me this, and I'm like, dude, I need to make money. I say, I need to support myself, I come home and she's back behind on her rent and stuff now. And now I'm planning to pay catch up for her, and in the process of me trying to get myself together also. And God's like, dude, I got you, bro. I got you. Don't worry. I was like, dude, what do you mean don't worry? I know, but that's my.
Do you trust me?
Yeah, he's like, are you trusting me? I'm talking about, yeah, I trust you, but I'm human.
I got the faith, but I need a little bit of evidence here.
I'm questioning you, dude. I'm questioning you, and that's how I talk to him, man. I call him dude and all that, bro. But that's just.
You ever heard one of the 10 Commandments says, don't use the Lord's name in vain? Mm-hmm. What does that mean to you?
Don't curse him.
Like completely wrong.
To me, it's like don't curse him, man. Like,
but let me tell you something, because most people, I thought that for a long time.
Yeah.
But the great thing about God is, man, it sounds bad, but I use GD.
Yeah.
Damn, God, where are you at?
Oh yeah.
Where are you at right now? Like screaming, like top of my lungs. I mountain bike, so I'll be like, I scream at him, mm-hmm. Mad at him, and he just sits there. He just sits there, and in a little bit, I'll finally calm down, and I feel this just presence of, are you done yet? Mm-hmm. Can we talk? Are you done yet? Can I talk to you? That's what I feel. And then all of a sudden, he starts talking, and I shut up. I'm so quiet. And all this stuff starts coming to me, like what I'm working through, what what's the next? And so people, they said, God said, I'll take you hot, I'll take you cold, but lukewarm, I'm gonna spit you out.
Yeah.
And what he's saying is, you can be mad at me, you can be cold on me, you can be hot on me, but I'm gonna take you to another place. And when he says, don't use my name in vain, has nothing to do with vocabulary. It says, if I deliver you like I promise, are you going to tell somebody about it? Are you going to take my name, the King's name, and do nothing with it? That's where you're going to, I feel like there's some breakthrough that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I with that church up there, like you're feeling something missing that you can bring to that church. And unfortunately, sometimes we got to become unyoked from people that are equally yoked with us. Now, I'm not telling you what to do at all, so don't take that.
I understand what you're saying because, like, okay, I've been to prison 3 times, and every time I got out, there's always somebody from my past coming and say, "Look, bro, I got this for you."
Yep.
But right now, this is my go-to prayer every day. I'm talking about, I'm like, God, dude, right now, I'm asking you right now, please take the taste of drugs or anything away from me. And just dude, hold my hand right now, man. And I got out this time and nobody from my past has contacted me.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody, bro.
Come on.
I'm talking about, I've been in Tulsa my whole life.
Come on.
I know everybody, man. I'm talking about there's nowhere
there's
I can
somebody
go.
who wants to use you right now, and something's blocking them.
And he did not. I'm talking about this is the first time in my life that no one can come and try to put something in my hand and say, "Look, Guru, you want to make some money?" And it's happened every other time, bro. I'm about, like, I know so many people, bro, that I'm out. There's always something offered to me. I'm talking about, like, bro, it was like, your credit's good. I'm talking about, you don't owe nobody. I'm talking about, I don't have bad, I don't make bad business decisions with people. When it came to business like that, I never owed anybody nothing. I'm not a robber. I'm not a thief. I'm talking about, I'm just not that kind of dude that goes out there and just makes bad blood with anybody. And so I've always had a people, come, and they're always willing to help me. But this time God's like, dude, I got you, bro. And he did not put none of that in front of me. Because I prayed until my dude, like that Friday when I was getting out, I was so damn scared. I was nervous, man. I was nervous because I've never been broke in my life, bro. Always made money. Always made money. Even when I sold drugs, I always kept a job. I'll work all day long and go sell dope all night long. But I always kept a job. Like my mom, she'll tell you, she's like, dude, that dude's one of the hardest workers I've ever came across in my life. And I was scared, man. I was so scared. And God blessed me this time. He blessed me. He took that fear.
Let's go.
Took that fear and put it in his pocket. He said, I got you, man. Just take my hand, bro. And because I haven't used nothing. I ain't touched no drugs, nothing. I ain't sold no drugs. I'm talking about, dude, he always provided for me in prison, dude. I'm talking about, like, dude, I always kept a locker full of food because I'm talking about, like, he put me in the laundry room. I washed men's drawers and stuff, old clothes. But
you humbled yourself.
That's a good, that's a good way to support yourself in prison by working in the laundry room because somebody always needs their clothes washed.
Yeah.
And so he took care of me, man. Like all the money everybody's ever sent me, dude. I'm talking about, I've never really spent none of it.
How old's your daughter?
My daughter's 10.
All right, man. I'm gonna pray us out if you're all right.
Yes, sir. Oh,
Father God, I just thank you for bringing David here today and just giving this story, Lord. I just want you to watch over him. He's at this precarious state in his walk with you, but Lord, you have him. You took the taste of drugs just by that question, just by the asking. David asked you, take this out of my mouth, take this away from me, God. Lord, to continue to block those people, those demons, shut the mouths of them. Don't even let them talk. Babble, put babble in their mouth. They can't even speak when they get around him, Lord. Please bring his daughter to him. Bring his daughter to him that she says, Daddy, I want to see you. Daddy, you look different. Daddy, you act different. Daddy, I want to be around you because you feel different to me. I don't know why, I can't explain it. Lord, if this woman is supposed to be in his life, then equally yoke her and go to church, go to Life Church. Lord, give that purpose, give that kazon to David, that he can continue that path, that maybe he starts with 178, he starts over there on 81st, Lord, that there's other men out there that need him, to hear what you did for him. Lord, that he doesn't use your name in vain. He speaks your name boldly and with honor. Lord, I just pray that you're with David every step, every second. Control his thought. I rebuke any negativity. I rebuke any evilness. I rebuke any demon that wants to come and speak in his ear, Lord, that they create babble, that they cripple, that they can't even say it, Lord, because you are anointed him. You've anointed him. He is a king and priest in your name. Lord Jesus, I just pray this over David. Thank you for bringing him today. Amen.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Man.
Yeah.
Woo. Dude.
See, I told you I was a crier.
Dude.
Yeah. Thank you, brother. That's how Trip is that we're huggers.
Brother,
Yeah,
that is
that's it.
awesome, man.
Yeah, man.